Life as you know it is drastically changing and developing by the minute. Welcome in, my beautiful souls, to your daily read. We're going to talk about Sunday. I really feel like things are about to improve and, again, change for the better for you in your favor. But we're going to begin and pull from the Wisdom Oracle. Then we have the Life Purpose Oracle cards, which I started to grow a love for, and then some tarot for the main part of the reading. But to continue for Sunday and surrounding it. Okay, we have Between Worlds, Mending, and Unfinished Symphony. All right, so this day definitely highlights the fact that being drawn to this specific reading in some way, shape, or form, if not multiple ways, you feel very much in between worlds. Maybe more so speaking upon a stepping stone of some sort in a different way, but it feels like there's a bit of, if not a full in-between stage or stepping stone stage that you need to be embracing wholeheartedly and learning from at this time. And so this definitely reiterates what we were saying in the beginning, or what Spirit was saying in the beginning about you experiencing currently, and even more so moving forward, life development, world development, and changes to the point where it feels like you're going through certain upgrades, releasing, improving through it all in certain ways. And they're saying there's color on the other side. There is a lot of color on the other side. And so any sort of lack or difficulties, cons is what I'm getting within a situation or your world as a whole at this time. Just know that there's a lot of color to be experienced moving forward due to what we've been speaking upon. But it feels like there's mending being thought about, maybe action towards that is taking place at this time. You know, say for some, it's more so your financial situation. It could be you trying to clean up and organize, fix things in that sense. It could be, okay, home improvement for some. I do feel as if, you might be trying to mend your career or a relationship, to kind of name off a lot of examples. But either way, they're saying this mending is very positive, and there's a lot of success in regards to whatever this represents for you, again, on the horizon around the corner. But it doesn't feel like you need to, stress about it. But the Unfinished Symphony card speaking upon how there's something that isn't over, right? And it could be, of course, several different situations, but there's one that's going to take a highlight throughout this day, and we'll learn more about that, I think, in the remainder of the reading. But let's pull a couple of these life cards. They're meant to be, obviously life purpose cards tying into career and whatnot, but we'll see how this goes. To continue for Sunday. Heart's desires as well as sensitivity. I love that. And so naturally this day highlights and surrounds to an extent what you desire within, on a heart level, on a soul level. They're saying on an emotional level, if I could speak. But I do feel like there's a sensitivity about the way you're speaking to yourself, about the way you're communicating maybe to other people within a situation. But I really feel like it's a day where you're being reminded of the communication that you're giving out, supporting a situation for some, but a lot of which is more talking about what you're communicating to the universe, to spirit in general, but more importantly to your guides that are backing you up and guiding you wholeheartedly at this time. It feels like there is something about the ground that you, have set in place, a foundation for some, but maybe the literal ground as I'm seeing her pick up her dress here, where you're thinking about your surroundings, what you're walking over, stepping around. I don't know why that's coming into play, but it may remind you and or teach you something about what you desire and what's at hand currently. I want to pull a couple more actually. What else do we have for Sunday? I'm hearing you'll get what you want. You might have heavy Leo in your chart. That was definitely part of their weekly read, even though this day isn't exactly, it might be for you, but it's not meant to be within that weekly read. We have strength, flowers, children, and author. Beautiful. So I really feel like there's a strength about you, energy-wise throughout this day and surrounding it, but in general. And I feel like you might have to dig for that inner strength at the very beginning of this energy period for you. But it will be worth it because you'll get a lot accomplished, or you'll accomplish what you're meant to. But I also feel like they're reminding you that part of your strength is your sensitivity, your your ability to be empathic with others, or to be empathetic, excuse me. But I do feel like there is also a strength in your ability to see your heart's desires come to be. But is that really going to be the right thing for you? For some of which you're trusting your intuition, and you will know with this message if you've been ignoring it. But flowers, children, and author. There's a focus on nature for some, but more so in regards to blossoming within a situation you feel very connected to, or at least for the most part. And there's absolutely a growth, a blossoming on a soul level for you that's taking a highlight. And I feel like as the background noise that was going on just slightly quieted down, or was eliminated, I really feel like things are going to feel very still and quiet when there's a focus on your individual soul growth and development, and therefore highlighting and even connecting in certain ways to how your world as a whole, your path is your life, right? As we were saying, is changing and developing at this time. And again, more so moving forward. But I also feel like for some there is a focus on legit children, but it could be more so your inner child needing to come out to play more so, or be utilized in one if not multiple ways. But I also sense there's a focus for whatever reason on your childhood, something you maybe gained positively and or negatively, something you went through that supports what's at hand currently, interestingly enough. But you're being reminded, bear with me, that you are the author of your own story, your own world, your path, absolutely supported and guided by your guides, right? Your spirits, your angels is what I'm hearing. But you are truly being reminded that you can rewrite your story in certain ways moving forward if you so choose, as things develop and change in ways that feel maybe kind of out of your control to an extent. But I feel like a lot of which are on the brink of, or just on the at the end of a chapter. So a new chapter is truly close for you. And so what do you wish to see come to be, change, and maybe feel different, and succeed differently when it comes to that new chapter? Let's move on to the tarot. They want one more of these wisdom cards, like almost a complete oracle reading. Fork in the road, as well as why. Interesting. You might be at this fork in the road, but some of which this is more preparation and insight coming in to an extent about a fork in the road moving forward after a certain point. And there's certain question marks that are rolling around in regards to this. Is this going to be the right choice? Is this not going to be the right choice? What will happen here? What will happen there? Or how is this going to come to be? Or what kind of fork in the road is this going to be or look like for me? In spirit is saying, quiet your mind, my friend. Meditate if need be. But we have the, Ten of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Cups. That is all the tarot they want for this reading. They are saying that there's an independence about you that is shining and being awarded in certain ways throughout this day, and even more so again moving forward. But you can't help but feel this independence and strength and drive, I want to say, growing by the day or by the minute throughout this specific energy period, to the point where you're gaining more abundance because of it in the midst of what feels like a heavy situation, or maybe certain burdens that are also feeling quite real at this time, if we're being completely realistic. But they're saying there's a situation that's connected or embodies this sort of Ten of Wands energy, at least sometimes, and there's unfinished symphony in regards to that. But you will learn a lot from that. And Spirit is saying, look at this. What you left behind, regardless of what that was for you, positive, all right? Very, very heavy at this time, and would have ended up being more so moving forward if you stuck with it, okay? So don't question that choice at the very, very least. But they're also saying there's a drive about you that can be unproductive, all right? So there's a need to recognize when that's starting to come to be, or is kind of getting out of control, right? It reminds me of sometimes when I'm so driven to get these readings done, and for whatever reason I'm not meant to, or I'm being messed with or stopped by spirit, and I get frustrated. I get super frustrated. But yeah, so just apply it to your situation. I need to recognize the healthy and the unhealthy, not just in that way, but in general. And the Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups, because naturally this day is highlighting from the past and currently and moving forward. So in general, what is not for you, at least in the long run or after a certain point. So there's a need to take charge, take passion over releasing and making room, embodying this Queen of Swords energy. And to recognize that you're going to come up with the right wording moving forward, and it's going to really help you in a significant conversation, if not a couple. But I do feel like this is a time for you where release is absolutely necessary out of preparation and yeah, simply to support your next chapter for some, but more in regards to in general your path moving forward. Because let's be honest, my friend, things haven't been easy, things have not been perfect, and currently aren't being drawn to this reading. But Spirit is reminding you that at this time, and again, we've said it a ton of times, more so moving forward, your life is improving, developing, and isn't going to feel the same moving forward. And that's a beautiful thing because everything's about to turn out better than you expect. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light. Definitely go enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you next time.